Good morning. It's morning here. It's a little bit after 7. I haven't been very active on social media lately. Haven't been feeling very well. Do I have COVID-19? I have no idea. I checked the symptoms. I have a lot of the symptoms. But unless you're running a really high temperature, they're telling you to stay home and self-quarantine. So I am self-quarantining. I'm in self-isolation. David, he has to go to work. I'm being very cautious, very careful. So far, we're neither one running a fever. I know a week and a half ago or so, I had conjunctivitis, and people were telling me that one of the symptoms. Now, I haven't lost my sense of taste, but anyway, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to act like I have it, though I believe that David and I both are suffering from extreme allergies. We get this every year. I had the flu shot, so I don't believe it's the flu. Things have been frustrating, chaotic, confusing for a lot of people. It just causes anxiety to go up even more because of everything that's going on. I've tried to make this video 3 times. This is the 3rd time. Hopefully it's the charm. So why have I had such a hard time trying to make this video? Well, the first time I had it completely done and finished editing and hit the button for it to render and then save, and it was corrupted. Second time I just couldn't. It was just every time I was so tired, and so I felt really vulnerable talking about this, but for a couple of weeks now I haven't really felt good, and I've been struggling with the allergies. About a week ago, not quite a week ago, I started feeling worse. Since about last Thursday, my neck and my shoulders, I have rheumatoid arthritis and tendonitis, and the whole left side of my neck, my lymph node on that side, it was tender to touch. I could tell my muscles and the arthritis, it was all inflamed. I was absolutely miserable. I was using the heating pad. I was taking a leave. Then I heard, well, you're not supposed to take ibuprofen or any of that. You need to take Tylenol. I switched to Tylenol, which does absolutely nothing for my arthritis. I had prescriptions for arthritis, but they mess with my stomach, and I've had an ulcer. So taking arthritis medicine, I'm doing good to take a leave, and I usually take it with milk or food. It's just been a struggle. Coughing, achy, allergy, sinus infection like symptoms. Like I said, not running a fever. I've got my thermometer right here. Not running a fever. As a matter of fact, it's not even quite 98.6. I've been, did pretty good and got Patreon's video done. Monday, I had to go to the highway department. I was amazed on my way there at so much traffic, at how many people there were outside waiting and how close they were together. How people were fist bumping and shaking hands and hugging and standing very close to each other, and I stayed away from people. I wore gloves, but anyway, I was just amazed at how close people were. So over the past couple of weeks, I went to my mom's and I took her to the grocery store. The next day was my cousin's memorial service, which I did not go to because I woke up that morning with pink eye, with conjunctivitis, and that is very contagious. Well, on the way there, on the way to my mom's, I was listening to NPR, and when I was going through the footage, I did a bit of some vlog. I heard NPR, and they were talking about coronavirus. I don't know that. I have no idea whether I have it or not, and they're not testing everybody. And since I'm not running a fever and I don't have every single one of the symptoms, debated over going to the doctor, to somewhere like Doctor's Care or Urgent Care, or so over the past few weeks, debating on, wondering what's wrong with me, blaming it all on the allergies, and it could very well be all on the allergies. I don't know, I think I was feeling super vulnerable, extremely tired, exhausted. So quarantining myself at home was something I was already doing. The fact that I haven't been able to see my grandkids. My mom's birthday was Monday. She turned 73, and I got to talk to her, and David got to sing happy birthday to her. I didn't get to see her. There are so many people who are worse off. I mean, I'm okay for now. If it gets worse, I will go. Right now, though, we don't have insurance. David started his new job about 6 weeks ago. So we still have about 6 weeks to go before we get insurance with the new job. The old job we could have kept insurance with, but they would have charged us $1,000 a week for the two of us. We couldn't afford that. There's no way we could afford that. Where does that leave me? I'm going to put this aside because I did kind of keep a bullet thing of what I wanted to cover with that part. The rest of this is purely creative, off the cuff. So I'm going to move the pens. We're going to go back. So I've been changing things up little by little. I did this. COVID-19, also known as Mother Nature's revenge. Really like that quote. I guess I probably ought to put self-quarantine. I'm trying to find some of the hashtags for this. I've been starting my day off, especially here lately, with anywhere from 1 to 5 things, sometimes more, of things I'm grateful for. It's part of my morning routine. I also write a little bit of notes about the things that are on my to-do list. The bullet journal stuff is still here. This is not my bullet journal. My bullet journal's still in here. And I wrote that down so I didn't forget it. I feel like I was stuck in flight or fight mode. I wasn't sure how to get out of it, but I did finally. And we're going to talk about that. I think there's this ebb and flow of creativity that comes when you are going through some kind of crisis. No matter what kind of crisis it is, there's this sort of ebb and flow. Like, at least for me, because I have anxiety and ADHD, sometimes creativity is just rampant. It's running rampant. I'm all over the place with it. Thank you, ADHD. And then other times I'm really focused and I'm honed in and I'm in the zone. I find that if I don't have a sort of balance between that, I tend to overwork myself or do nothing. It's the ebb and flow. If I am in the zone and I'm like just going, being super creative, I'll overwork myself. I'll overburden myself with too much productivity and not enough rest from doing things, from doing, or there's a lack of house stuff, family stuff, regular me stuff, self-care stuff. If I get like super busy creatively, or when there's not as much going on, then I end up backing off completely from being creative. Now, there are different kinds of creativity, especially for a lot of different people. Like, a lot of us are creative in a lot of different ways. So sometimes when I'm feeling physically, like some days when I'm in pain, I will journal, I'll read, I'll do some things that don't require a lot of physical activity. If I paint for too long, or I write for too long, or I type for too long, like I said, I have rheumatoid arthritis. I have it in my hands and in my neck and shoulders, so I have to limit. So sometimes I'll put on the braces that I have for my hands, and I'll do some light stuff. Sometimes I do stuff like this. She's got a cup of coffee and the cup says "Stay home," and she's got her traveler's notebook. I wrote down right here the ebb and flow of creativity, from being bombarded with ideas to feeling almost naked and afraid due to anxiety caused from the coronavirus. Being sick, worrying about family and friends, the world. But then I'm not the only one who feels this way, and I need to talk about it. Be open and honest. No script, just chat. Grab your cup of coffee and pretend you're talking to a friend, not the camera. Not a camera. And then it says, go be creative. And this is from my tarot card for the month of April. I think sometimes when we're living in the moment, but there's all these things that are going on around. We're trying to be present. We're trying to be mindful. But you keep getting bombarded by the news and by social media, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and so some of us try to make light of it, and I did some memes. I'm trying constantly to sort of make light of it, to not be so stressed out and worried. I'm diagnosed with anxiety. So I'm either going to be like, oh my God, I need to be a prepper. I should have already been prepared for this. Oh my God, we need to go out and spend $300 worth of groceries. My husband and I just did that because not only were we unsure about things, but he is considered an essential employee, and he has this form that he has to take with him when he goes back and forth to work, commuting, because they have a curfew in the actual city town where his job is at, because he commutes. And you can't be on the road until 6 a.m. and he has to be at work at 6 a.m. Like, there's all this stress. My son lives with my mom, and my son is still working. My daughter and my grandkids live not very far from here at all, but her boyfriend is still working. I have family and friends that are still working. You worry. And so I'm a worrier. Because thank you, anxiety, and I'm an empath. So I'm feeling all of this. And every time I got to a point where I was like, okay, you know, I'll create my way through all of this. And I have, to an extent. So this is when, I guess, the journal flip will come in. This is going to be a completely different kind of coffee chat. So I'm not quite sure of where I left off with this. That was my cousin. He died. The memorial was that Saturday, the next Saturday. So I have been filling in and doing watercolor as I sometimes feel like, but I have drawn every day for March. We had, on the supermoon, I had to take the car back to the transmission people because they had not bled the brakes or completely set everything up, and yeah. So I was there all day long. This was like the last time I saw my grandkids, I think, which was the 10th of March. So the coronavirus, I think I showed this. I just hadn't finished filling in everything. I took my mom to the grocery store. There was toilet paper at her grocery store. Came back home and the aisles were empty. View on my way home. I took a picture. It didn't come out. It's got fuchsia and purple. It's really gorgeous, but it didn't come out very well in that picture. But yeah, empty shelves. Conjunctivitis. Let's see, I took my mom. This was when the memorial service was. Now, all of these I haven't finished writing in. So this is... David had started his new job and we needed to get him some new clothes. So I had gotten him a pair of jeans and I'd ordered him some Carhartt shirts because they were a lot less expensive on Amazon. They had a sale. Well, I ended up getting the extra large and the tall men's. So I ended up having to order a few more because we're trying to shrink those. So I had to order some regular extra large. And David got me some daisies. I got him a pair of Carpenter Levi pants. I journaled the new folio that is for my manifesting and that kind of stuff. We're going to go over some more of this. I don't know. It's almost like my vision journal. So on the 17th, I had done this. They said coronavirus, key developments. It is way up now. Having a hard time finding toilet paper, so I've been getting boxes of Kleenex. I cut the grass. Actually, my daughter cut the grass, and then I cut the grass. But so I messed this up. This was the 18th when my daughter came over. I helped Victor with his homework while she was cutting grass, and I had the baby. The baby was sleeping, and I was helping Victor with his homework. And then the next day, I was trying to cut the rest of the grass, and we had lawnmower issues, and I had to fix this lawnmower. Our riding lawnmowers broke. So anyway, yeah, this was the last day I saw the kids. Yes. So then I did the coronavirus monster. and this is where all of our toilet paper has gone. This is working from home. I've been doing exercises and yoga and stretching, and of course, like I said, my neck and my shoulders were killing me. So not only am I doing stretches in the morning when I first get up so that I can move, but all throughout the day I am getting up and moving around and stretching and, you know, doing this, trying to help, because if I don't stretch some at one point or another, my neck is going to get so stiff I'm not going to be able to turn my head. So I was chronicling that. I haven't this is one of the few things I haven't watercolored yet. I cleaned my craft table. I redid some things, disinfected my desk, cleaned. I mean, I was in here. I've been doing this on and out throughout different places in our house. Going through palettes. I think this might have been the only day I didn't draw, but I did lay out things. So trying to figure out how I wanted to do the palette. I think this might have been, this is the same. Nope, that was a different day. I decided on doing the bunny rabbit, but the other side. So this is kind of like the front side. The pain. This is when it starts to get really, really bad, which is the 25th. So I chronicled that. Friday, I did my nails myself. I have one of those little UV things and some gel polish. And so I did my nails myself because the other ones were dip, and this is a whole lot easier. These are my nails, just with the polish stuff. The other Carhartt shirts, the smaller ones, came in, and along with some underwear and some socks. I'm taking watercolor classes, and that's one of the things that's really helping me be creative and try to stay into the swing of things. And I ordered a Canon Vixia camcorder because my camera that I shoot video with on my craft table up there, I spilled some coffee on, so now this doesn't want to work very well, and this isn't working very well. I've cleaned it. I'm gonna try to clean it again, but anyway, I have to hit record every 8 minutes, so this I won't have to do that. And it was past time for me. I mean, I've got my fancy camera, my Canon Rebel, the T3i, and I do take a lot of pictures of it, and I do use that one sometimes when I'm going outside, and like, or if I'm doing something special. But if I'm just filming like a journal with me, I don't really use the Canon Rebel because it's pretty heavy to go up on that. I got some capri pants. That's what size I wear right now. I got some, I really like these, so I have 2 pair now. They're different though. They're different shades of these Levi the Sculpt Classic Capris. David's shirts came in. We went grocery shopping. We cleaned the house. More tissue. David's mom, however, found toilet paper, and thank goodness we now have some, because we were down to the last 2 rolls. And when we went grocery shopping, we didn't find any. So we disinfected, we cleaned. I have been spraying everything with Lysol, the doorknobs, the keys, the steering wheel in the car, everything, trying to, just in case I don't have it and it is completely just allergies, that we don't get it. Or we spray everything down, disinfect everything like we do have it, and if we do have it, hopefully we won't spread it to anywhere else. I don't want to give it to anybody else. Yeah, we stocked up on groceries, so don't really have to go out again. This came in the mail. President Trump's coronavirus guidelines for America, and the gloves. And this is where I demonstrated gloves and Lysol. This is the washing of the hands, and these are all the people, and I have this little thing with the hands, and it looks, I think this is a gaming thing, but it looks like lightning, like washing your hands. Like, so I was reporting how many cases thus far. This number's gone up. This was Monday's. And see, I had to go out, so I wore my gloves, and I actually had a mask. But I've got the washing of the hands, and I'm writing, you know, little notes, because the other day they were saying every 6 minutes in New York someone is dying from corona. Well, I heard it this morning, and they were saying it's every 3 minutes now. And then this is yesterday's, and I was writing, should Americans be wearing masks? I was watching some of the news. They were saying that there have been 159,184 positive cases in the United States and over 3,000 dead. And over 1,000 of those are New Yorkers. California has over 5,000 and it's doubling, and not all have been tested. Just been tested now. Tylenol is becoming scarce, and I need to get some more. The cases are spiking in cities, and they're warning the rural areas to prepare. That they've got the tent hospitals in Central Park. That the Comfort the Ship is there to help. So I've just been kind of documenting different things. Like, I am making tea that's half tea, half green tea, and half lemonade. Because, well, one, lemons are supposed to be really good for you. And see, I kind of did this. When I finished drawing the bag, this is coffee, I think. Anyway, it's my coffee. I'm thinking it's coffee. I got tea and different little, you know, I cut that out of a magazine. So I've been trying to expand my horizons with different things. I've still got to finish filling in, you know, I've got to write, but sometimes it looks more serious, sometimes it looks more jokey, sometimes it's more illustrated, sometimes it's just because something came in, and I don't remember, but it was an art supply or something, or it's a battery, something with a battery, and they gave me this warning, California Proposition 65 warning, cancer and reproductive harm. Oh, I know what that was. That was this came in. I think this is what it was. And anyway, I got a few things, like I got these and these came in before the actual camera. And if I get an HDMI and then eventually I need to get a capture card, I could actually go live with the Canon, which would be better than the webcam I have up here, but that's okay. So I have some new things coming. I'm going to be doing some reviews. I'm going to be talking about my spiritual journal. People have specifically asked for it. I will do that at the end of this video for those of you who aren't interested in it. So before I go to that, I'm going to talk for a few minutes about what I'm actually doing. Okay. so you can see me. I have been changing some things around in the room. I've been cleaning and organizing little by little. I've been doing it in spurts, like the Fly Lady method, where I pick an area and I spend anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes in that one area. And when that time is up, that time is up. And maybe I can go to it the next day and work some more on that area. But what I have been taking one of Alyssa Burke's watercolor classes. It's the newest one. It's going through this whole year, and around the 15th of every month she gives you a new video. I'm a video behind. I have some catch up to do, and I signed up for Erit Landgriff. I'm butchering her name. I signed up for her watercolor workbook number 2. It's the second class, and I'm at the part now where she's talking about mixing colors, because I'm trying to get better. I'm trying really hard to get better at drawing and at watercolor. Well, one of the other things that I'm doing is Camp NaNoWriMo. I'm working on my creative journaling book. I want to get that written. I still want to finish Witchy Business, so for those of you who are like, what? Wait a minute, I still am working on it, but I can only do so much. I need to actually go on Camp Nano's website and actually do the thing, because I haven't signed up yet. Normally I would have already signed up and been writing at midnight, but I'm not pressuring myself right now. I can actually touch my neck now, which is big accomplishment, because the heating pad and allergy medicine, like severe, we're talking Mucinex, allergy, cold, flu, sinus kind of, I've been taking, and it's helped. I need to get some more of that and some more Tylenol. So I'll be going to the store later this afternoon. I might actually wait and go in the morning, because they tend to have more stuff in the morning. So anyway, I am working on a lot of different things. April is going to be my month for having a bit of fun with watercolor. I'm still doing my bullet journal. I'm still debating if I decide to stay in the standard for my bullet journal. I'm going to need I'm going to need to switch out inserts pretty soon. Probably, hopefully not until the end of April. Yeah, it'll be full. So I do have the one that I was using from Planet Perfect that I didn't finish, so I might just go back to it when this one runs out, and then in the order something. I don't know. I haven't decided because I've got some B6, got astrology, and I've got the Hobonichi blank. It's not blank because it's grid, so I don't know why they call it blank. But anyway, I got 2 of those down, and I cut them down to B6. And one of them I was using as bullet journal, so I might be going back to that one. I don't know. I'm loving the pink. I don't know. It might be time to go back to B6 come May. So that's where I'm at with a lot of things. I'm journaling, I'm writing, I'm reading quite a few things. I'm reading The Secret, and then after that I'll be reading the law. I'm rereading The Secret. After that I'll be rereading The Law of Attraction. I'm also rereading The Stand by Stephen King. I am reading Tarot for Troubled Times, and I'm reading the Bible. I'm reading Cindy Gwynn-Tart Baldo's little book and practicing my lettering, my hand lettering. I have Helen Holbrook's book, should be here today or tomorrow, because I want to do a video about books that inspire me artistically and creatively. And then I've got an astrology book that I'm reading. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, so for those of you who aren't interested in my spiritual journey, for some of you I'm probably a bit woo-woo. I read tarot cards, I study astrology and the moon, and so if you're not interested in any of that, this will be the time for you to click out. For those of you who are interested, however, I have been trying to work on, for a while, combining the magical and the mundane. I have a different YouTube channel because some people in my family, I'm from South Carolina, it is the Bible Belt, and people are really like, about some of this stuff. My spiritual journal, I started it in March, and it's the month of strength, love, abundance, standing, ground, and compassion. I have been pulling tarot cards. Sometimes I've been taking pictures. I was drawing them in the bullet journal and kind of watercoloring them on occasion. Sometimes I take pictures. I add bits of things that inspire me. I didn't watercolor that one. Some of them I have not watercolored. Some of them I have. I can go back in and watercolor. Like I watercolored this. I watercolored this. That one. Sometimes I do the same card and I pull it from a different one and then I watercolor it. But lately I haven't been doing that. I never did finish this. I've got it written down on a different piece of paper. So I've been practicing. So I've gone to, like, I've got some stickers and I'll put them in. That was an oracle card. This was a week ago. This was last week, the weekly pull, and then I had some more. This was where I pulled some cards, but I didn't take pictures of them. And then this was Friday. I think this was actually Saturday. Yeah, I think it, or was it Thursday? I don't know. It was Rose's class, and I can't remember now if it was Thursday or Saturday. But I actually did. I did like different things. So this is my spread for April and the month. And then we have, this is today's, and the deer came up in both. The deer came up in both. I am going to watercolor that. And what came up in this was following my intuition, synchronicities, paying attention, the dream, like following my dream, being spontaneous and passionate, but giving my ideas the space to grow and develop. I have the answers I seek, and by following the truth, I will find them. And then there was more about following the truth. This one says, the world is my flourishing oyster, and I am excited to see what happens next. This one said, the dreamer of my dream, I spontaneously and passionately ignite the flame. And then this, I found they were very synchronicitous. My Blessings Without Borders, which was the Namaste card. We are living energy flowing through the ocean of human consciousness, spiritual beings moving through cycles of life, birth, death, and rebirth. We are all interconnected and in communion with each other, no matter how much physical space appears to separate us. Feel the blessed presence of someone you love this moment in your heart. Now, those of you, I've been missing you, y'all. But I couldn't. I thought about doing a live Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like Monday. I was going to do a live. I wrote it in my bullet journal. I just couldn't. I wasn't up to it. I just emotionally, physically, I wasn't. And I knew it would just, I couldn't. So then this says, this was the Universe Has Your Back card. Thank you, Universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. And then the card from the other oracle card said, you are loved. The end of it, well, I guess I'll just read the whole thing. You are enough just as you are, and you are loved. If you don't have a model for love, imagine yourself as a child. Perhaps you have a favorite picture of yourself as an adorable 5-year-old. Look into your own sweet eyes and acknowledge just how special you are. That child inside still needs your tenderness, and so does the adult in you. Please don't abandon yourself. Instead, tap into the ocean of love inside. So we got the ocean and the ocean. We've got, I mean, there were a lot of, like, in the 2 different deers. And the oracle card Metamorphosis has to do with, today I embrace the transformation of my life. I will not be upset with the things I cannot change, for change has its own timing. Instead, I will let go and flow into this powerful process. Once it starts, I know it will not stop. Right now, I will have patience with myself, forgive myself, and love myself. I know I am an amazing being on a journey to beautiful change. I have been working on this. Now, let's go to, because I don't have anything in the Hobonichi here. I did do this, so you've seen that. Now, when I get to here, for April's calendar, I put the sticker of, okay, I put the High Priestess sticker. Oh my gosh. See, I don't feel good. Okay. Focus, focus, focus. So I put the moons, and I wrote that thing. I have the answers I seek, and by following the truth, I will find them. And I put the Metamorphosis, which is this. Trust the process and be patient. Becoming cannot be rushed. Change is beautiful. Very, very synchronicitous. So I need to trust in myself and my own creative process. Trust in myself and my intuition. Trust in what I'm doing and the ideas that I have, but be patient. And I also need to pay attention to the synchronicities. And remember that we may feel like we're alone out here in the ocean all by ourselves, but we are not. We are not. We are connected. So I'm just trying to find different ways that I can combine the magical and the mundane. And as you can see, this is my bullet journal. See, I had plans. I got a lot of stuff done. And then over here it says corrupted because I actually got it filmed. And then I completely wore myself out. So Tuesday I started writing down the things, but I didn't even write my to-do list. This just didn't happen. I was going to refilm. That was going to be my priority for Tuesday. Didn't happen. I slept yesterday. So that's what's going on in my life, y'all. This is going to be one long-ass coffee chat. But I decided this week to do Patreon and YouTube's coffee chat in one. So y'all are actually getting the long version of the coffee chat with much more information. Don't worry, for those of you in the coffee chat tier, you know you'll get extra. Hello and welcome to April. Goodbye, March. Here in the U.S., we have 30 days of lockdown, of self-quarantine and self-isolation and COVID-19, and I don't know what's going on. And your country or in your state, or, you know, let me know in the comments what's going on with you. You can tell in my voice that I am still struggling, so bear with me. I may be making shorter videos, or I may just end up doing a live and going for as long as I can. I may not be able to go for a whole hour, but we'll see. I do really want to start back with content and having videos maybe 2 to 3 times a week up here. I've been doing good lately to do one, maybe 2 a week, but I really want to go back to having 2 to 3 videos a week on YouTube. And I've got a lot of good stuff coming. A lot of good stuff. Bye, y'all. Have a great one. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and share. Any of those things really helps my channel, and I appreciate it ever so much. Thank you so much. Bye.